Hope consciousness is truly a beautiful, empowered state of being. And hope inspires us. Hope gives our dreams fuel. It's the gasoline in our engine that moves us forward. But hope has a dark side, and I want to talk about that today. I'm Annie Kalatkar, co-founder with Ashley Lee to The Leap of Consciousness. And this mini series is going to just make a little comment here about hope, because many people are using hope like a drug, and I want to talk about that. Let's get started. Hope has been used to give individuals a reason to get up out of bed every day. And that's not a bad thing, but the implication of it is that we lean on hope, and it becomes this enormous entity of sorts that influences everything. And what I'm talking about is, and I'm going to use someone like someone who buys lottery tickets. They're coming from powerlessness, and this is why hope is dangerous. When we stay stuck in victim consciousness, we have so many fear-based thoughts. We go into deep states of powerlessness that we feel, we believe, we sense, we dream, we hope something will rescue us from our powerlessness. And when we attach money as the rescuing item to the hope, we set ourselves up for something really dangerous and a lot of loss. Many times these lottery winners win, and suddenly they have everything they ever needed or wanted that they had always hoped they could have. And then something really odd and bizarre happens. They discover they don't need hope anymore, and they get depressed. They can't get out of bed. They start having suicidal thoughts. And they come to this conclusion that it's better to live with hope than to live without it. Do you see the problem here? This is when hope becomes a dangerous thing, because it means the money never addressed the emptiness, the fear-based thoughts. It just was a placeholder. When hope is a placeholder for real power, then you start realizing hope was not gasoline, it was fumes. You were keeping yourself propped up on fumes instead of real gasoline. So when we clear our fear-based thoughts that we're powerless to create the life that we intend, whether it's an inner experience, an inner environment, or an outer experience or outer environment, either way, we're creating both. But hope does not solve the problems of powerlessness. You still have to get inner tools to help you heal your fear-based thoughts around scarcity consciousness, lack consciousness, never having enough consciousness, satiety consciousness. Just because you win the lottery doesn't mean you're satiated. In fact, many of them couldn't stop buying because it made them feel powerful. And then they ran out of things to buy. They still had money, but there was no satiation. They never felt fulfilled. Well, where does fulfillment come from, right? If you get the very thing or the person that you hope to get, what's next? Life is a journey. Hope is meant to be like a garnish in that it makes life better. But if everything hinges on hope. When you have everything that you wanted and it no longer fulfills you, hope dies because there's no need for it. But some aspect of us does not know how to live without hope. That means we've not learned to be in our giftedness. We're not expressing our empowered states of being in this world. So I want you to ask yourself, are you living on hope? Are you betting on the timeline? Are you betting on your wallet to save you? It may take care of your financial situations temporarily, but what created the life that you're experiencing in your inner environment and your outer environment, where you had to rely on hope just to get up every day, just to get through the day, just to have a dream to keep you going? You have to start asking deeper questions. What is that all about? Because if you feel like giving up hope, you have to explore what that fear is about. That the world is not pronoic, meaning the universe is conspiring to support you on all levels, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, and abundant. Then if we give up hope, then we're saying the world actually is a paranoia mess full of fear and not worth living in. So it's a balance beam of sorts. When we utilize the energy of hope, recognize that hope is there to inspire you to be more powerful, to recognize that you can clear your fears and your self-doubts, your self-hatred, anything and everything that was contributing to you believing you were powerless. One of the biggest things that this world has experienced through COVID was fearing that the world was against us, that governments and institutions worldwide were locking us down, and we went into victim of life circumstances consciousness. And from that, we lost hope in being sovereign beings, in being independent and free, and living truly under what we would call God's law. The point is, people started to give up hope that we were ever going to have it better. And then we rely on hope in the dark sense to help us get through those dark times. The reality is, your true nature is love. Your true nature is born from the spark of the divine that connects you with everything in this universe. And so it was an illusion that things were dark. It was an illusion that you needed hope to fuel you to stay present in this world. I'm inviting you to look at how you use hope. Are you using it to fuel your dreams and doing nothing to move forward? Are you addicted to messages of hope? Are you constantly, chronically going to the ones pushing hope to keep you inspired? Because that is not true, authentic inspiration. That's peddling a drug called hope. And if you're addicted to it, look at it for what it is. I fear, this might be your healing statement, I acknowledge I have a conflict with the dark side of hope consciousness and all the ways that I use it as a coping mechanism to get through what I consider a dark time. Now, move through the conflict resolution clearing and clean up your use of hope so that it's clean and it's a bright light that shines on your proactive plans, your mission, your vision, and your purpose, that you start taking action to live a little part of every day that reframes inside your brain and nervous system how you are actively powerful. Because remember, if we train our brains to live on hope, we have to untrain them for the dark side of hope and reframe how we've been living to retrain our brain inside a pro-noia universe. pronoic universe. That means we stop seeing the paranoia, fear made manifest in the world. We stop looking for the proof. But that means you have to conflict resolve all your fears in order to go to the other side of that, which is I live with hope because this is a pronoic universe where I am powerful, where I get to express that my true nature is love and I create peace inside myself. And I have conscious relating with myself, with others, with life environments that I create. And now you're moving into an area where hope is a blessing and it's not an addictive thing that you're using to keep you going. All right. Thank you for joining me. And you can find more resources on our website, leapofconsciousness.com. And I'll see you on the next video.